What's good, peeps? What is good? All right, don't forget, please, to hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much to everyone that has done that. We do have a new target of 30,000 subscribers. Not quite sure when we're going to hit that. When's a realistic time frame to hit 30,000? October, November? Maybe sooner, you never know. Maybe sooner. Ideally, I can't lie to you, ideally, I was thinking August, but that's just not possible. So, yeah, November, December, I'll be happy. So yeah, spread the word, smash that subscribe button, like and share the vids. It all helps, people. It all helps. Remember, we're going live tomorrow, live watch along for a Coley Glowacki. We're going to get things underway from 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 or 8:30. Just check the community tab for an exact date. All right, let's talk about this fight card that has literally, I say literally, just been announced. I kind of knew about the majority of it a couple of weeks back, but it has just officially been announced. I'm filming this just gone past 8 o'clock. Chisora versus Parker is the main event, and that's for, I think it's May 1st. Let's have a look again. Yeah, it's May 1st. Sky Sports pay-per-view, headlined by Chisora versus Joseph Parker. I don't know this is co-main. I don't know the order of this, but DMITRY BIVOL versus Craig Richards, Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas, and Chris EUBANK Jr. versus Marcus Morrison. No doubt there'll be 3, maybe even 4 fights added to that, but this is the main lot of it so far. These are the big fights. Let's talk about the card. I can't lie to you, I find this card quite strange. Now, some people will like the card. I've already put it on the community tab, and some of the reactions been, oh, it's a decent card. I find it a strange card, if I'm honest with you. Just seems very, like, just put together, like, weird. Like, there is no, it's like put together with no sense, is what I'm getting at. DMITRY BIVOL versus Craig Richards for the WBA light heavyweight strap. I like Craig Richards. I've always said this, but this is, like, I get why Craig Richards has to take this fight. If this fight is offered to Craig Richards, you don't turn it down. Craig Richards, this is it's a chance to become a world champion, right? It's going to be his highest, I'm thinking, pay packet. You take the fight. You take the fight. Is Craig Richards ready for a DMITRY BIVOL? Not in my opinion. He's nowhere near ready, in my opinion, but you take the fight. In truth be told, this fight shouldn't even be offered to Craig Richards. If you are Craig Richards, you take the fight. Craig Richards' manager takes the fight. You take the fight. But this shouldn't be offered to him. This is a British level fighter coming up against someone that a lot of people think is the second best light heavyweight in the world. And trust me when I say the light heavyweight is a stacked division. Stacked with a capital S. So, strange fight, but okay. Will be fun for a few rounds because Craig Richards will go for it. Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas. Again, look, I knew about this fight because I spoke to Tasha a couple of weeks back, and so I've known about this fight. Again, it's a strange one. I don't mind it. I'm not, like, all these fights, as much as I might dig that, I don't necessarily mind them, but I find them quite strange. So you've got Katie Taylor taking on Natasha Jonas, who is coming off a draw with Terry Harper. Some people thought she won the fight, but the record book said it was a draw. She's now stepping up in weight and taking on, arguably, the first or second, I don't know how you have it, Clarissa Shields or her, the first or second best female fighter on the planet at a higher weight class. It's weird. It's weird matchmaking. Good luck to Tasha. I mean, Tasha can go, and she might like the idea of going up in weight, but there's a massive difference in fighting Terry Harper to fighting Katie Taylor. I don't know. And then you got Chris EUBANK Jr. versus Marcus Morrison. But look, again, it sounds like I'm really good at this card. I'm not. All these fights could be fun. But isn't that strange? That's come from, like, who? You could have asked anyone, and we're all boxing people here, who's Chris EUBANK Jr. going to fight next? None of you would have said Marcus Morrison. It's almost come from left field. Like, weird. Chris EUBANK Jr., to be fair, I did think needed a fight before he went into a big fight. So it makes sense in that, like, from that perspective. Chris EUBANK Jr. has not fought since he fought, when was it? December 2019, I believe. And even that was a 2-rounder. Remember, Korobov got injured. So he was always going to need to fight someone before he jumped in with the big guys. An interesting fact about this as well is that this fight's at 160. It's a middleweight fight, not 168 for Chris Eubank Jr. So it's at 160. So he's gone back down. Maybe that's an indication of where he thinks he needs to be, or at least that's what it says here now, middleweight. So yeah, I think 160 is the best weight for Chris Eubank Jr. But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, that's kind of what it is. And then, let me put this down for a second. And then obviously we've got the main event. DERECK CHISORA versus Joseph Parker. Remember, this fight was supposed to happen, what, I can't remember how many months ago, but let's just say 6, 7 months ago. It was supposed to happen. Didn't happen because I think Parker got a spider bite or something. The fight was a good fight then. I actually liked it then. They've both gone off on their separate ways. Chisora lost to Usyk. No shame in that. It's Usyk, right? I mean, Usyk beats 99% of the heavyweights, I think. And then Joseph Parker stunk the place out against Junior Farr. It's weird. Do you understand what I mean by saying it's a weird card? But look, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, regardless of what I said about the main event, Chisora Parker, that will be a fun fight. We know what Chisora is about. People might say, and I've said it last 10 times, but we know what Chisora is about. Chisora will bring it. He will bring it, and I think he'll force Joseph Parker to fight. So we could have a good fight. DMITRY BIVOL versus Craig Richards, strange fight for me. Strange fight. I don't get it, if I'm honest with you. Again, if you're Craig Richards, you don't turn it down. But in my opinion, it shouldn't be offered to Craig Richards. That's just my opinion. Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas. Some might say, okay, but if Tasha beat Harper, as a lot of people think she did, then her stepping up as a world champion to the other weight class to fight Katie Taylor is not a bad thing. So if you look at it from that perspective, I get it. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Marcus Morrison came from nowhere. Came from nowhere. I'm not going to give scores on the doors yet because there's going to be a couple of other fights added to it. But my overall feeling about the fight card is strange. Strange, but we'll definitely tune in because I do like the main event because I know Chisora is going to bring it. And, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what Joseph Parker's like with Andy Lee now. I don't know if that's enough time for Andy Lee to do anything. I mean, it only got announced, the Andy Lee thing, 10 days ago or so. This fight's the 1st of May, so, you know, what's that? 6 weeks? It's not a long time, is it? But we'll see. We'll see what Andy Lee can do with him. What do you guys all think of the card? I know a lot of you think the card is good. I know. You know what it is? If you are a casual fan and you see the fight poster, it does look really good. I can't lie to you. I saw the fight poster. I was like, shit, that's a good fight poster. Because you see Chisora, you see Bivol, you see Katie, you see all these names, Chris Eubank Jr. on it. It does look really good. But you got to be a bit more, you got to open your eyes a bit more to it for me. That's what I think anyway. But good luck to them all. Talking about light heavy, Turbia's fighting this week, isn't he? Pretty sure he is. In like a little one-sided fight. Is it Denis that he's fighting? Let's have a quick look at this kid that he's fighting. This fight's taking place in Russia. Oh, God, this is awful. Oh, he's fighting a guy that is literally coming off a win against someone that was 10-12. Before that, Denis fought Joseph Lehia, who was 1-0. Before that, he fought that Fang Long Meng that everyone talks about, who was 14-0, who beat him. What's the reason? This can't have been the first opponent. There must have been a pullout or something. Beterbiev surely can't be fighting this kid for a reason. Don't tell me it's his mandatory. Do not tell me this is his mandatory. I think it is his mandatory. Oh, anyway, we're moving on. Virgil Ortiz versus Morris Hooker is tomorrow. We'll talk about that one when we do our usual Sunday roundup. You know, we do that live on Sunday. I'm not working this Sunday, so the live's going to be a bit earlier. We're going to start the live at 7 as opposed to 8:30 that I normally do it, but I'll let you guys know closer to date. Obviously, the big fight card tomorrow. Let's hope Lawrence Okoli can win a world title and beat Glowacki. I think he will. Canelo versus Billy Joe. This was the big news today. It's headed to the Cowboy AT&T Stadium. 60,000 fans in attendance. Will it get 60,000? I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. But this is a whole new ball game for Billy Joe Saunders. Whole new ball game. he would have experienced somewhat of a media storm when he went to fight David Lemieux in Canada. But this is literally like that's like a mountain to a molehill. This is Canelo, AT&T Stadium. This is as big as it gets. This is, even the media is gonna, like, I hope he can handle that. It's a whole different ball game fighting Canelo. Whole different ball game. It isn't like what we get over here, like when he headlines over here and it's just a press conference and, you know, a couple of interviews. I mean, this is it's going to be a media storm, and it's going to be interesting to see how he does it whilst also trying to manage his weight cut and just trying to keep himself composed and his eye on the game. I'm sure that we have good people around him, but going to be very, very interesting, man. Very interesting. It's weird how America, or certain states in America, have just opened up. Strange, but hey, it's good to see. Good to see fans back in. Is there any more news? Dylan Whyte, Povetkin is next weekend. Dylan Whyte, I've not even had a look who else is on that fight card. We haven't done let's have a look at this fight card. Dun 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 dun. I don't even know who I think's going to win that fight. I've been saying that I think Dylan Whyte will get his revenge just because I don't know what's going on with Povetkin in this COVID situation, but your guess is as good as mine. This fight card obviously is in Gibraltar. What's going on, man? All right. Okay, it's this fight card. Oh yeah, okay, I know this fight card. Decent fight card, if I'm honest with you. Eric Pfeiffer is taking on Nick Webb. You got to like that. Campbell Hatton makes his debut. Super Feather. I was wondering what he was going to weigh in at. Super Feather. Okay. Fabio Wardley versus Eric Molina. What a dangerous fight that is. That's a huge step up, you know. Huge step up. Yeah, we'll see how that one plays out. Chris Congo versus Michael Mickinson is a great fight. Great fight between two unbeaten Brits. I love that one. Chris Congo 12-0, Michael Mickinson 19-0. Ted Cheeseman versus James Metcalf. That's for the vacant British super welterweight strap. And Povetkin versus Dillian Whyte. Decent fight card. See, this is more, give me this over the names on the Chisora Parker. That's just names. These are matchups that make sense for me. Ted Cheeseman versus James Metcalf. Makes sense, right? It's a fight that makes sense. Good fight. Chris Congo, Michael Mickinson, love it. Wardley, upcoming heavyweight prospect against a vet in Molina. I like this. Sold. And then we get to see young Campbell Hatton. I much prefer this. If I knew, I would have got a little flight out there to Gibraltar. All right, I don't even need scores on the doors for that, people. For me, that's a solid 7.5. I don't mind that at all. Don't mind that at all. Good luck to everyone on that fight card. All right, what else have we got? Have we got anything else before we pack up? When is, and I'm saying this because I don't actually care. I do, kind of. When is Ben Askren fighting that idiot? When is that fight? I don't even know when it is. When is it? April 17th. Okay, we won't ask or talk about it again. I just wanted to know. All right, peeps. Short video. Peace. Tomorrow, don't forget, 8 o'clock or 8:30. We'll see.